Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1989 film K-9, starring Jim Belushi. Of course, this is one of those movies that, it's predictable, it's a cliche film, and it's also one of those movies, one of those buddy cop films that was prominent in the late 80s. Of course, it really started with a movie with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. The name escapes me. I already started with that one, and then it sort of really came to mainstream with the Lethal Weapon films. And now you have this film. Then in the 90s, well, K-9 stars Jim Belushi as a San Diego cop who was trying to bring down a drug dealer who was played by Kevin Tighe. Of course, Kevin Tighe was a great character actor. He was in 8 Men Out. He was in movie Roadhouse. And of course, more famously, he played one of the paramedics in the long-running television show Emergency back in the 1970s. So if you want to see what it looks like without the gray hair, watch the television show Emergency. Anyway, Jim Belushi is a rogue cop who's trying to take down Kevin Tighe's character, this drug dealer, but unfortunately his methods are like over the top, almost kind of like Dirty Harry meets Mel Gibson. I mean for Lethal Weapon. It's like one of those type of characters, and it was to take the guy down no matter what. But unfortunately, he decides, Jim Belushi, on his own, mind you, decides to have a K-9 police officer. He wasn't assigned to, it's been a long time since I saw this movie. I thought it was just assigned to an officer, a K-9 officer, a cop, a police dog as a partner, but actually it was on his own request to have a police dog. By the way, I should also mention you should look for Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy, Mr. Guy from Modern Family, who is the one who actually trained the police dogs, and gave the dog to Jim Belushi's character. So look for Ed O'Neill, and the funny thing is, Married with Children was already on the air at the time that this movie came out, so it was pretty funny to see Al Bundy in a movie role. It was pretty funny to see Ed O'Neill in a movie playing a cop. It's pretty funny. But really, the star of this movie is actually the dog. His name was Jerry Lee, and he to me he was the star of the show, of the movie. And of course, eventually over the course of the movie, you see how Jim Belushi is trying to get along with his dog, and how they try to give orders to the dog, because Jim Belushi's character wasn't really trained to be a human partner to a police dog, so he tries to work with him, and all the misadventures that came with that. And of course, eventually, there's one scene where it's the funniest scene in the whole movie. There's several funny scenes. There's one scene where Jim Belushi is trying to get on with his girlfriend, and here goes the dog looking like this, like that, right? And then the dog jumps into the bed right between the middle of them, and Jim Belushi got mad. The dog yanks him out and throws him out of the house. And then, of course, later on in the movie, they parked in the car, and in the car in front of them, there's this cute little poodle sticks her head out, and actually, of course, the dog Jerry Lee was getting horny, and so Jim Belushi said, "Okay, you got 10 minutes." So the dog so Jerry Lee jumps in the other car and starts mounting the dog. And actually, of course, you don't see it, but you see the car joking like this, like I'm doing, and the dog gets out of the car, gets a good, "Who's your doggy?" and that's it. And he's like rolling around the grass, and they're playing the song from James Brown. It feels good, and rolling around the grass. I thought it was absolutely hysterical. And of course, we have all these hijinks going on, and at the same time, when Jim Belushi is trying to take down this drug dealer, and of course, eventually, big surprise. I'm not giving you anything that is already known about this film. He does take the guy down, kills him. Before Jim Belushi kills the drug dealer shoots the dog. So that's why everybody goes, oh, the poor dog, gets shot. But eventually, of course, don't worry, guys, the dog's going to be okay. And he put such a good fake-out job on Jim Belushi in the hospital. I mean, it was also really, I mean, they trained this dog so well. And I said, anytime there's a movie made by the animal is usually better and smaller than the humans. According from Lassie, Flipper, Ben 10, for all the shows from the 50s and 60s, and plus all those movies, there's a ton of movies that came out at that time. And now you have this movie, and you have, of course, the dog is always smaller than human beings in these things. Of course, in the 90s, you had the movie Andre. You had a remake of Flipper, starring Paul Hogan and Flipper and Crocodile Dundee and Flipper. But K9, I mean, I thought it was a very, very good movie. It's not the greatest of the buddy cop films, but the dog made the movie entertaining, and the chemistry between Jim Belushi and the dog is what really made this movie work. And Jim Belushi did try very, very hard to make it work between him and the dog. But I thought it was really, really terrific. I thought it was a really good movie, and it wasn't really the greatest movie, but like I said, like you just said, everything's with the dog. The dog and Jim Belushi, those things are what make this movie work. Even though it's such a cliche, you know what's going to happen. You know Jim Belushi is going to take down the drug dealer. You know that's going to happen. You know something's going to happen to the dog. But the movie itself, it's okay for what it is, and it's entertaining for what it is. And if you happen to be a Jim Belushi fan, or if you like those buddy cop films, this movie, check it out. And also, I understand they also made 2 other movies. I think it was like direct-to-video movies. One was called K911. And another film was called K9PI, which I've never seen. I always missing them when they're showing on TV. But there were at least 2 other movies in this series. But it was like way too long before they made. I think it was like at least 10 or 15 years before they made a sequel to this thing. I think maybe because of it, that Jim Belushi, like years later, was doing other movies, but then doing the TV show, according to Jim. But the original K9 movie, I think is the one people should check out. I think you should just skip the other 2, because anything direct to video sequels usually stink. They usually suck. So just check out the original film. So that's my review of the movie K9. Please check out the video. Please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos not only here on my YouTube channel, but at rallyc.com, so WDY. C.com is the homepage to Rally Reviewer. Please see more, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.